Hi, my name's Rahul, and today I'll be representing Team 10's final presentation for CS411, Watch.io, a luxury watch collector's app. So before we dive in, I'd like you to meet the co-founders. First of all, there's me, Rahul Kumar, and I'm a junior studying computer engineering. Then we have Sohum Shah, who's also a junior majoring in computer science and plus economics. Ashit Anandkumar, who's a junior in computer engineering, as well as Tony Chen, who's majoring in computer science. So before we actually show you the product, we'd like to talk a little bit about our rationale behind choosing an exclusive luxury watch collectors app and our sort of vision for this and why we thought it was a good opportunity. So first of all, why did we choose a watch app in the first place? Well, the luxury watch market is very booming. It's also a very well-established industry since watches are timeless, and the industry is projected to grow to $75 billion by 2030. Generally, there's been a rising trend of watch collecting as an alternative investment because watches are considered very good assets and they hold their value well over time. But more importantly, on a more personal level, we believe that the market is very, very underserved on digital platforms. Even though watch enthusiasts connect well in person and they have this sort of culture of showing each other their watches and kind of meeting and bonding over this hobby, they lack a digital platform that sort of aligns with this watch culture and sort of helps boost that culture even more. And finally, we see a great potential to monetize this business model as well as the fact that it's a very exclusive thing. So there's a really good opportunity to break into a very highly exclusive and affluent network and start our own niche working with some very important people. So when we're actually looking at the app and thinking of the kinds of things that luxury watch collectors would want, we came up with four core functions for the app. The first was that you should be able to browse a very wide collection of watches on an intuitive platform. Secondly, you should be able to add watches and track your collections very easily. The third is be able to view collection insights. People want to know things like what is the value of my collection? What all brands do I have? The number of watches. These are things that are very difficult to keep track of manually if you have a physical watch collection. But if you can just enter them on the app and have it spit out those values for you, it makes it a lot easier to keep track of statistics pertaining to your collection. And finally, we want some way for watch collectors to stay informed with live watch trends and analytics of just generally databases of watches and figuring out like where the trends are and what generally tends to happen in these large watch databases. So if we really think about what our aim here was with Watch.io, it was to fill the gaps of the luxury watch collection industry by providing an intuitive and highly functional platform for enthusiasts to connect on their hobby. So now let's actually look a little more into our app and see what it's all about. So, introduction to Watch.io. We built the backend on the Google Cloud platform and built the front end using Flutterflow. Our app uses a MySQL database to store watch brand and collection data, amongst other things. And we mostly got these databases from publicly available repositories and databases on the internet. And we got really lucky because we were able to get over 10,000 watches with lots of details on movement, strap, case material, and more. So it's very exciting to have all this data to be able to use in our app. Great. So let's actually look at our app. So as you can see here, this is the login page. We were able to create a user password protected login page where users have to create an account using their email and password, or they can also use Google or their Apple accounts, and we integrated an API for them to be able to do so. But for now, as you can see, we need to create an account first. So let's go to sign up so that we can. All right, so I'm going to go on the sign up page now, and I'll start typing an email. So I'm just going to do a test1@illinois.edu as an example. Now we have to do password, and then we have to do a confirm password in order to make sure that the password is valid. And I'll do that, and it'll create an account for me, and then we'll log in. On the other hand, if you were a returning user, you'd type your email just like this, test1@illinois.edu, and then put your password. What I'll do is I'll just put like a random password and try to sign in, and as you can see, it says the credential is incorrect or malformed and doesn't let us log in. So now I'll actually put the correct password, which we had made, and it should let us log in. Perfect. Great, so now that we've actually logged in, let's look at the welcome page, which is the luxury watch brands page. Here we can see all the popular brands as well as the average uh, value of their watches on the right hand side. So we have all the big brands from Rolex to Tissot, and then we can go to My Collection where we see a few insights like our most valuable watch, the total collection value, the number of unique watches, as well as our favorite brand, which is basically which watches we own the most from a particular brand. As we can see, we have no watches, so let's add a watch to our collection. So here we can see a bunch of different watches as well as their brand. Um, and I'm just going to go down and pick one of them and add it to my collection. Now I just need to refresh the page, and all the highlights should also update, and we should see our watch in the collection. Great. So as you can see, the Royal Oak has been added, as well as our collection value has been updated, and now Audemars Piguet is our favorite brand. I'm going to add just another random watch and see what happens, and refresh again. So as you can see, our total collection value went up, as well as our number of unique watches, and now we have a new most valuable watch. I'm going to add another watch from that same brand, just so that we can see our favorite brand update as well. So I'm going to add another A. Lange & Söhne watch, and then update. And as you can see, hopefully, our favorite brand has now been updated to the brand that we have two watches from, which is A. Lange & Söhne. And so we can keep doing this and adding watches, and our highlights will automatically update, which is very useful for a watch collector. Okay, so the other thing I'd like to show you guys, we're back here at the brand market values page, but I'm going to go to analytic and insights, and we're going to look a little bit into our analytics page. So we're just looking for more things to add here, but really we want to use this as an opportunity to show some key relevant insights from our really large database. So we have an average price by country here that we're working on, as well as a brand insights. So here we can see all the different brands, as well as the variants of case materials that they have. So like how many different case materials you can get from the watches. And this is really just here as a backdrop for watch collectors to sort of look at different brands and see what they're up to. We're obviously very, very interested in adding even more different kinds of statistics here to enrich the experience even further. But this just kind of goes to show that we're able to sort of create a page where watch collectors can see relevant information regarding the specific brands that they might be interested in, and then go from there in terms of what kinds of watches they want to get, as well as the different case materials available, for example. So I hope you enjoyed that demo just as much as I enjoyed presenting it. But let's just do a quick recap of Watch.io and what we just saw today. So the first thing was a password-protected login with multiple routes. So you can use email, Google, or you can use an Apple account, giving you a variety of ways to log in so that you're not restricted in how you're going to access the app, making it very, very accessible for all kinds of users. The second is that we had a very intuitive landing page where you can see your account name as well as see all our different sections, and then a very intuitive way to easily browse a large page of watches where you can see all the different brands as well as the cost of owning the average watch in that brand. Then we had a My Collections page where you could first see analytics about your watch collection on a very nice looking dashboard. We had four different things. The first was a most valuable watch, the total collection value, the number of unique watches, as well as your favorite or most bought brand. And then it was very easy to add watches to your collection by simply clicking on the add watch function, and then it shows you all the different watches you can add to your collection, and then you just add them, and it gives you live updates on your analytics. So the moment you add a watch, it'll immediately update your dashboard where you'll be able to see your most valuable watch update, if it is the most valuable one, see your total collection value increase, as well as how many unique watches you have, and as well as the fact that if you surpass a certain brand, then a new brand will become your favorite watch brand. Finally, we have the analytics page, which has a lot of potential because it can help us view interesting insights and facts about the watch brand industry through statistics that we derive from our large-scale database. Currently, it features watch price by country, as well as a number of different case materials that are offered by each brand. But the main thing is that there's a lot of potential for even more rich analytics and versatility. We could add a lot of different things like which watch brands are selling the most right now, which are the most trending based on market value, which watches have increased the most in value or are depreciating faster than others. So there's just a whole lot of potential here to do interesting things, and we're very excited to show it to you. So that will conclude and wrap up our presentation. Thank you so much for being here for this demo, and I hope you enjoyed.